What you're about to hear is one of the most intense, emotional, and talked about moments in women's college basketball history, and it didn't just happen on the court, it exploded after the buzzer. Two legends. Two powerhouse programs. One shocking confrontation that left fans stunned. We're talking about the heated Final Four clash between Geno Auriemma and Staley, a moment that turned a championship stage showdown into pure drama at the NCAA Women's Final Four. But here's the twist, what happened next might be even more powerful than the altercation itself. Before we break it all down, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anyone who loves high-stakes sports drama, because trust me, you do not want to miss this. And when you're done watching, I want to hear from you. Did Auriemma cross the line, or was this just raw passion in the heat of the moment? Let's get into it. When you talk about women's college basketball, you're talking about giants. You're talking about legacies built over decades, pressure that never fades, and expectations that never drop. And in 2026, all of that intensity exploded into one unforgettable moment between two icons, Geno Auriemma and Staley. Before we dive in, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop your opinion in the comments, because this story? It's got everything: dominance, rivalry, emotion, and a moment that shook the NCAA Women's Final Four stage. This wasn't just another game. It was history in motion. UConn came into the Final Four carrying the weight of legacy. Under Auriemma, championships aren't just goals, they're expectations. Every season is measured by one thing: did you win it all? Anything less feels like unfinished business. That's the standard he built. That's the pressure his players live under every single day. But on the other side stood a team that has been redefining greatness in real time, South Carolina under Staley. A program that doesn't just win games, but imposes its will. Physical. Disciplined. Fearless. A team that plays like it has something to prove every possession. From the opening tip, you could feel it, this wasn't going to be comfortable for UConn. South Carolina came out aggressive, attacking every gap, contesting every shot, turning defense into offense with ruthless efficiency. UConn, known for precision and control, struggled to find its rhythm. Passes were just a second late. Shots weren't falling. The energy felt off. On the sideline, Auriemma was already reacting. Pacing. Talking to officials. Throwing his hands up in frustration. That fire has always been part of who he is, but this time, it felt like it was building towards. Meanwhile, Staley stood grounded. Focused. Calm in the chaos. Her team was executing, and she wasn't letting anything distract from that mission. Every timeout, every instruction, it was about finishing what they started. As the game moved into the second half, the gap widened. South Carolina wasn't just ahead, they were in control. Every defensive stop felt like a statement. Every basket felt like a response. And with each passing minute, you could see the frustration growing on the UConn bench. This wasn't the script Auriemma had envisioned. By the fourth quarter, reality had set in. South Carolina was going to win. And not just win, but dominate. When the final buzzer sounded on that 62-48 result, it should have been a celebration of one team's brilliance. A moment to acknowledge a performance that earned its place in Final Four history. But instead, something else happened. Something that instantly shifted the spotlight. As players began the usual postgame routine, handshakes, quick acknowledgements, moving on, Auriemma approached Staley. But this wasn't the typical exchange. There was tension. Visible, undeniable tension. Words were said. Not friendly ones. Not congratulatory ones. The kind of words that make people nearby pause and look twice. Staff members stepped in quickly. Officials moved closer. What should have been a brief, respectful moment turned into an uncomfortable confrontation playing out in front of everyone. No microphones needed. The body language told the story. Auriemma was upset. Frustrated. Staley stood her ground. Calm, but firm. And just like that, the narrative flipped. Instead of talking about South Carolina's dominance, the conversation became about the altercation. Social media lit up instantly. Fans debated what happened, who was right, who crossed the line. Some defended Auriemma, saying that passion is what made him one of the greatest coaches of all time. That in the heat of competition, emotions can boil over. Others weren't so forgiving. They argued that there's a line, especially for someone of his stature, and that moment crossed it. And through all of it, Staley remained composed. No dramatic reactions. No public outburst. Just control. Then came the turning point. Less than a day later, Auriemma spoke. And when he did, it wasn't to justify anything. It was. He admitted there was no excuse for his behavior. No justification. No way to spin it. He said he had let the moment get the best of him, that his actions didn't reflect who he is or what his program stands for. He apologized. Not halfway. Not vaguely. Directly. He acknowledged Dawn Staley, her team, and their performance. He even emphasized that South Carolina deserved the spotlight, that they earned that moment, and his actions took attention away from it. That level of accountability changed everything. Now the focus shifted again. How would Staley respond? At first, there was uncertainty. Reports surfaced that she hadn't yet heard from Auriemma personally, even after the public apology. That added tension, raising questions about whether things would truly be resolved. But behind the scenes, something important happened. Privately. No cameras. No headlines. Just two competitors addressing a moment that had gone too far. And when Staley finally addressed it publicly, she did something that elevated the entire situation. She accepted the apology. She spoke about respect. And she made it clear that one moment shouldn't define a person's legacy. That response didn't just calm the situation, it reframed it. Because suddenly, this wasn't just about conflict. It was about growth. About accountability. About understanding that even at the highest level, emotions can take over, but what matters most is how you respond afterward. This moment revealed something deeper about both coaches. For Auriemma, it showed that even legends aren't immune to pressure. Decades of dominance don't make you untouchable, they raise the stakes. Every loss hits harder. Every moment carries weight. For Staley, it reinforced why she's one of the most respected leaders in the game. Her ability to stay composed, to lead with strength and grace, to prioritize the bigger picture, that's what defines greatness beyond wins and losses. Their clash wasn't just emotional. It was symbolic. A meeting of eras. Of philosophies. Of two paths to greatness colliding in one intense moment. And for a brief time, it boiled over. But what happened next mattered more. Instead of dragging the moment out, both sides chose resolution. Instead of letting it define the narrative, they moved forward. Players took notice. Fans reflected. Analysts dug deeper, not just into the game, but into the human side of competition. Because that's what this really was. A human moment. Not perfect. Not polished. Real. And that's why it resonated so strongly. Because in sports, we celebrate greatness, but we rarely talk about the emotional cost of sustaining it. This was a glimpse into that reality. And now, the rivalry between UConn and South Carolina has something new added to it. Not just history. Not just competition. But a moment. A moment that will be remembered every time these two programs face off again. Because the next matchup? It won't just be about strategy or talent. It will carry emotion. Memory. Ed. So now the question turns to you. Was Auriemma simply caught in the heat of the moment, or did he go too far? Did Staley handle it the right way, or would you have wanted a different response? And when these two meet again, who comes out on top? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more stories that go beyond the scoreboard. Because sometimes, the biggest moments in sports don't happen during the game. They happen right after the buzzer. And just like that, a moment that could have divided the game, ended up reminding everyone what true leadership looks like. Because in the end, this wasn't just about a heated exchange between Geno Auriemma and Dawn Staley, it was about accountability, respect, and rising above the emotion when the spotlight is at its brightest on the NCAA Women's Final Four stage. Moments like this don't just shape rivalries, they define legacy. And something tells me, the next time these two programs meet, it's going to be even bigger, even more intense, and absolutely can't miss basketball. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves the drama, passion, and real moments behind the game. And now I want to hear from you, did this moment change how you see Auriemma? Or did it just prove how much winning truly means at this level? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because the conversation is just getting started. Until next time, stay locked in.